All right, welcome guys to a great little addition we have here with the PartnerMD series. Today we're talking with we actually become good friends now, Tony Clark, and we've been working together for, I'd say, about almost a year.
Yeah, about a year.
And we just want to talk a little bit about his journey and how he's changed, because we actually saw some huge progress since the first time. So, without further ado, man, let's get this started.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Tony. I really appreciate you being on board to talk about this and, share your story and, give me a little bit about your background. Like, what is it that brought you here to PartnerMD the first time?
So, I have been overweight pretty much my entire adult life. I was really athletic as a kid and all that stuff. Well, once I started getting out of college, started working and everything, I just let myself go. Yeah. And when you let yourself go, you tend to not want to go to a doctor anymore because you don't want people telling you reality, right?
True.
So I would say about a year and a half ago, my dad went through some heart problems. He had triple bypass surgery, and that was kind of a reality check for me to say, you know what, I need to get my fat ass into a doctor.
Yeah.
And really start making, making my life different. I've got 2 children. I got a wife. I'm the provider. I need to make sure that I'm not getting in my own way for my family's sake. So started coming to Dr. Ray, started coming to wellness here, and stopped believing my own bullshit. To be honest with you. And the numbers didn't lie. The doctor told me that I was going to be on the same path, if not earlier than my father was, if I didn't start making changes.
Yeah.
So I made some changes at first, and then slipped back into that kind of bad habits that I was in.
Yeah.
And not until I would say late in the year of 2018 did I really start figuring out that I had to make some serious changes, and actually started with a challenge at work. So I was listening to a podcast and talking about a challenge, and really started thinking about, well, that's me. I'm motivated by competition. I'm a competitive person, all that stuff. So it's like, started looking around the office and realizing that there's several people there that also may needed to be motivated by a little competition. Mm-hmm. So we started it, and once money's on the table, I'm pretty much fired up.
All in.
So started really in January, and really started coming to see you a lot more consistently. Started coming to see the doctor more consistently, and started kind of reformatting my whole self.
Yeah. So when Dr. Akinpora first referred you to talk to your wellness specialist in the beginning, what were you expecting, and were you a little bit skeptical at first?
Yeah. I mean, you know what it took to get you to where you were. Mm-hmm. So you figured what it takes to get you out of that. Mm-hmm. But, so it's like, I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. I know what to do. But here's what I have learned is that as you get older, I'm 42 years old now, it's not as easy as it was when I was, did this the first time at 24 or whatever.
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Right. So, it's not as easy as just switching your routines. So, I thought that, hey, let's just hear what they have to say.
Right.
And it was a positive experience from day one.
Yeah. Awesome. And then, so what was your main focus then and biggest concern then coming into that first consult with your coach?
Stepping on the scale.
Yeah.
I mean, with all this new technology, with this in-body system, it's like it's not just one number you're focused on; it's a whole lot of numbers. Yeah. And when you start seeing the bad staring you at the face, you really you got to do something. So that was my biggest concern, was the overall, the bad numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you feel like you were listened to, and that you had the help that you needed to overcome those challenges and breaking past those plateaus? Like, how have you felt so far with that, with the way the wellness was set with you?
Yeah, I know. So
your own struggles.
I thought it was great. It kind of helped me get on the right path,
mm-hmm.
right? And it helped me with accountability, because you come frequently. You come once a month, so you don't want to you don't want to go backwards,
Yep.
you know, because you got, I definitely felt like I've had someone in my corner the whole time. I mean, you've been great with motivational emails, with workouts, with answering questions, at the drop of a hat. So it's nice having kind of that, you have the doctor from a health coach, and you've got you from a wellness life kind of, betterment. So I think that's been a very positive experience that way.
Well, good. I'm glad, because that's what we try to do, is be guides, to really listen, because there's not a one size fits all. We were just talking about that before we did this. There's not a one size fits all. It's everyone has their own struggles.
Right.
They're juggling their own things. Like you said, you have a family, you got 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
They go to practice, twice a week. So there's a lot going on. So what would work for someone else is not going to work for you. So it's a lot of listening and just helping with the guiding, and the accountability factor is huge.
Yeah.
Knowing that, like you said, that you got to step on the embody machine, you want to do better because you want those numbers to change.
Right.
And it's not just the scale; it's more of how everything else is going on, which is why we love that machine.
Part of where people fail is that they accept defeat. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You just assume that next time I'll do better, or I'll start Monday. And when you do this, when you come frequently, when you're on this path and you get away from yourself, you won't accept defeat anymore. You can't accept defeat.
No.
You have to continue to press forward.
You won't.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that's the big thing that this helps with.
Yeah. So we just did your in-body today.
Yeah.
And we also printed out the first one you did
Mm-hmm.
last year in April. So looking back from where you first came in to where you are now overall, not just physically but mentally as well, how are you now? Like, if you could look back when you first came into now, how have you changed?
Oh, well, I'm going to punch that guy in the face, right? I mean, seriously, how do you let yourself do that? How do you let yourself get that way? I feel like a different person. My body's changed. My mental clarity is so much better. My confidence is there, not just from the way I feel I look, but just the way I feel I represent myself. I feel like my kids are more proud of me. My wife likes me more. All this. It's just a completely different person.
Yeah,
And I feel like I still got a long way to go. So I'm not satisfied just yet, but I'm definitely happy with the progress.
Yeah. So would you mind telling us how much weight you've lost since you started?
Oh yeah. No. So what is it? It's 41 total pounds.
Yeah. So this is since April 2018.
April, yeah.
You've dropped 41 pounds overall. But as another thing too, which is good about this type of a concept, is that we get to teach and educate and actually understand that it's not just what's on the scale,
right?
Because we've seen your body fat percentage, your body fat mass. That's the numbers that matter. Your body fat mass, you dropped what?
21.2%.
Yeah. So you've lost 21.2% of body fat in a year, and that means you've dropped 60 pounds of pure body fat mass. So you're absolutely right. You are a completely different person.
Yeah.
And you just feel better overall.
Oh yeah.
And you've learned. Oh, and have you starved doing this?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. No, it's not. That's a myth.
Absolutely.
It's such a myth.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You if you eat the right things, you're going to be fine. Your body's going to, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
right.
the age-old saying, and that's so true.
Yep.
Right? And it's what fuel you give your body. It depends on how well your body reacts.
Exactly.
It's not rocket science. It's you're marketed against that, but as long as you stay the course,
exactly,
you can do this.
Yeah, and then that's what I love about doing this, because we get to be a part of people's journeys. Like, your journey's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic. There's been ups and downs, because that's always going to be part of it. It's never going to change. That's that graph I have there. That's the reality, is there's ups and downs all the way.
Yeah.
But having someone help you work through the ups and downs so that you don't give up. So like we said earlier, you stopping. Mm-hmm. You actually just do it. Focus on it, understand how important it is, not just for you, but for your family.
Yeah.
And making those changes. So yeah, and this is great. You're a fantastic example of, if you put hard work and determination, nothing will stop you.
It's funny now. I like people at work. That's kind of where you are all day. So that's the people you talk to the most and all that.
Sure.
And I've kind of become an advocate for this type of lifestyle now. And I'm kind of a no bullshit person. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. So if somebody walks in my office to get a coffee out of the Keurig, we'll start talking.
Yeah.
And I've got one girl that started the challenge that I started. She's lost 70 pounds. I got another guy that just started, I was on him. He was doing it, but he actually gained weight on it. So, he couldn't get out of his own way kind of thing. So I'm like, all right, let's start with baby steps. And now he's down 20, right? So it's like you can kind of become, a coach for this kind of stuff. So that's another thing you've inspired me to do is just, pay it forward.
Nice.
So I
That's
appreciate
what it's
that.
all about, man. Absolutely. No, thank you. And thank you for being willing to talk about this and share your story. I'm sure this is going to be a very big inspiration for a lot of people that are listening to know that it's never too late to start. You cannot out-train a bad diet.
Yeah.
And just get a coach. Get someone that's going to help you make those changes. And again, another great thing of having this setup here, this wellness program, it's going to help a lot of people.
I agree.
So,
Appreciate all your help.
You got it, man. My pleasure. And we'll see how far we keep going with
Let's
it.
do it.
You got it. Well, thanks a lot, Tony. I appreciate
Thank you, Louis.
you being on, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right.